Champions Cup is back this Friday. 2 games on. An all-English affair with Gloucester and Exeter having a rematch after Gloucester got the away win last week. And Ulster and Scarlets must be pretty sick of each other by this point, because they have been playing a lot recently in the Pro, and now 2 weeks running in the Champions Cup. So 2 of these teams, as you can see from their records, Scarlets, no wins, no losses, 3 draw. No wins, no draws, 3 losses, and Exeter with no wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses are in dire need of wins. The other 2 teams, not as much, but hey, it's a short little period you get to get out of the pool. So any win is going to be welcome, especially with both these sides being at home. So I'll start with the first one, with Gloucester hosting Exeter. As I say, Exeter, it's absolute must win. I think at the minute they're on, how many points was it? 3 points in 4th spot. Not a very good place to be, and it's going to take a mammoth effort to get out of it. I mean, there's still 15 points on offer if they can get 3 bonus point wins. But, I mean, Ulster, who are the lowest current qualifier, are on 9. So you're relying on winning all those games and hoping that other results go your way. So it's going to be pretty tough for Exeter. For Gloucester, a win not quite as vital, but still pretty important, because at the moment they are still behind Ulster by a point on 8, which, despite them being second in their pool, wouldn't see them get through to the next round. So yeah, Gloucester at home, after getting that good away win last week, would definitely need to back it up with a win here. To get that away win and then to go ahead and lose at home would be pretty disheartening. But yeah, Exeter are going to be desperate, so we'll see how they go. In terms of the lineups, there are a fair few changes. You look at the Gloucester lineup. Woodward is back at fullback. I think it's been a while since he's been playing. He's always been an exciting player when he was in Super Rugby at the Rebels and at the Hurricanes, so I'm excited to see how he goes. Sharples on the wing. 12 Trees gets a start. He came off the bench last week. Slater is in the second row alongside Mostert. I believe it's Mostert's first start for Gloucester period. He's had a really good year in Super Rugby and for the Box, so how he goes will also be an interesting one. For Exeter, I think there's no Henry Slade and Alex Cuthbert are both not in the team this week, but Simmons is at fullback, Witten and Hill are in the midfield, so that's a change from last week. Flaherty, is that how you pronounce that? Should be. On the left wing. Yeah, so quite a few changes for that Exeter side. You guys will have to let me know if that, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thomas Francis is back as well. It's good, but it looks like 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it is 9. 9 changes to that Exeter starting lineup. So for you guys who are a bit more au fait with that Exeter team, how does that rate in terms of strength? Is that a less than full strength team? Is that a white flag for the competition, or is that bringing back some big guns to see how they go? Because like I said, it's my first proper year to sit down and watch this competition week in, week out, so I'm definitely not as familiar with a lot of these players as I am some of the Southern guys, but I'm sure you guys will help me out there. I mean, obviously Thomas Francis is a Wales starter, so I would have thought that's a pretty good name to be having starting, but we'll see how things go. In terms of the bookies, they have got Gloucester as favourites by 4 points at home. Likewise, they had Exeter favourites at home last week, so don't read too much into that, but just in terms of the result, it would be pretty massive for Exeter if they could get a win. Gloucester definitely put their foot forward for progression in the competition if they can put a home win here. The next one sees Scarlets travelling over to Belfast to play Ulster. Yeah, man, what is it there? 3rd time that these guys have met in 4 weeks, so they will be absolutely sick of the sight of each other. Interestingly, though, Ulster hadn't won at Scarlets for a very long time. It was years since they got a win, over in Wales. And they did it last week, and the opposite. They said Scarlets have not won a European game at Belfast since 2007. So records there to be broken, perhaps. That is from the BBC's little preview piece as well that I had to read of. So yeah, they do pretty decent previews of all teams but the French ones, which don't seem to get a whole lot of notice. But there's no French teams in this game, so yeah, like I said, Ulster are in 8th at the minute. So if they were to go through today, if it was the end of the pool stages, they'd be playing Saracens. So they would probably like to move their way up the pool if they can. But yeah, Scarlets, I suppose, even in a worse position than Exeter, they are 4th in their pool on 2 points. So again, still 15 points on offer. But yeah, I don't think many people are predicting that's going to happen. Ulster taking it very seriously, which kind of makes sense given the position they're in, a position of strength. They've named an unchanged lineup. Apparently there was some doubts about Sean Reedy, but he has been okayed to keep going this week. For Scarlets, they have made a few changes, but not a whole lot. So James Davis is still playing, which is good. Patchell's playing, which is good. Kasim, I'm keen to see how he goes. Bullbring's back. McNichol's still at fullback. Jake Ball is back in the starting lineup, which is good news for them. Fonatia is out though. Hadley Parks gets a start, so it's still a pretty strong looking Scarlets team, if I'm fair. But it just hasn't gone for them so far in the Champions Cup this season. So it's not looking likely. The bookies have got Ulster by 7, so even stronger favourites than Gloucester. But then again, like I said, Scarlets were favourites last week. But you look at this Ulster side. I mean, you got Spate and Stockdale on the wings. Marcel Coetzee there, Murphy, Reedy, Ian Henderson. It's a pretty good looking Ulster team at home. They're definitely going to be tough to beat. So we'll see how these two games go. You guys can let me know how you think these games are going to go, whether you think it is going to go with the home teams. But last week, kind of 2 upsets, and then these results. It was, the away teams that picked up the victory. So you guys can let me know how you think the results might go. Any players you're particularly looking forward to seeing. Do you think Exeter and Scarlets realistically have a shot, or do you think this is pretty much the end of the line with a couple of dead rubbers to go after that? But yeah, interesting looking times. I have to see which game I watch. I'll probably only able to see one, but I might be able to dual screen it like last time. We'll see how things go. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.